We're ready.
Thank you for joining us today. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance of the United States.
Of liberty and justice.
All right, our first order of business is to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next, we will take up the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a commissioner or citizen so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda. All consent agenda items are commission action items unless otherwise noted. So is there anything that needs to be moved? No?
Madam
Okay.
President, I move approval of the consent agenda.
Second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes. All right, for the first item on our regular agenda, we get to present some jackets to participants in the 2019 National Rodeo. So who's in charge of presentation? And we're going to come down for that.
Madam President, Commission, thank you. Yeah. Tim Nicholson, Deputy Director of Maintenance. It's my great privilege and honor to be able to introduce to you our 2019 ACHD Snow Rodeo champions who are going to be going to Colorado on Tuesday to represent ACHD in the National Snow and Ice Rodeo competition. So with that, I'd like to first bring up Reggie Pickle. Reggie won for the dump truck. Yeah. And Reggie's partner in the dump truck is Josh Sitzer. Then we have Brian Rapp for the grader. Dan Spady for the skid steer. Drew Birdwell on the loader. And then as a past former national champion, we have Jesse Glidden, who won on the loader at last year's Colorado competition. Jesse.
Okay, good luck to all of you in Colorado.
Congratulations again.
Next item on our regular agenda is Resolution 2290. It's for the vacation of public right-of-way at West Alturas Street. This is a public hearing, so I will open the public hearing and we'll start with a staff presentation.
Thank you, Madam President, Commissioners. For the record, David Serdar, right-of-way supervisor for ACHD. It should be noted that all of the vacations today that we'll be talking about today are in the same general area. However, this particular vacation is a standalone vacation and impacts one property owner, so it will be dealt with separately. ACHD has received a vacation request from Casey Wilson. The area that is being vacated is a platted alley north of West Alturas Street. There's approximately 0.049 acres. Casey Wilson has paid the application fee. This is a vicinity map, and it shows West Alturas Street right here. It shows 6th Street, which is a right-of-way, unopened right-of-way. This map shows unopened versus unopened right-of-way. As you can see, the tan is opened right-of-way and maintained by ACHD. The pink is currently unopened right-of-way. This is a photograph of the approximate location of the alley. It actually would come up right here. As you can see, the alley has never been developed. And you can also see the rise of the hill behind it, which is actually fairly substantial. This is Eastman Street, which for an adjacent property owner behind the property, this would be one of the likely access points, as well as 6th Street, which runs parallel to the property and perpendicular to this street. This is a close-up view of the property. ACHD also received comments from Boise City regarding a future sewer in this location. ACHD staff confirmed with the city that the future sewer would be best to go down 6th Street, and 6th Street is right here. There has been a lot of public interest in all of the vacations at this location regarding public access to trails behind the property. This platted alley is not a good physical location for any trails. Also, access to the parcel up the hill and to the north will most likely come from Eastman Street, and it also has an access point on Crestline Drive, which is to the north. It is staff recommendation that the commission approve Resolution 2290 for the authorization for the vacation of public right-of-way as applicant has completed all commission and staff requirements. I will remain standing for any questions or comments.
Thank you, Mr. Serdar. Are there questions? No?
Thank you.
All right, this is a public hearing, so we will open it up to anyone who would like to address this item. And if you would, please state your name and address for the record.
You bet. Commissioners, Heath Clark, 251 East Front Street in Boise, representing the applicant. And we just wanted to thank ACHD staff for working through this with us. And we are in agreement with the terms and conditions of the staff report. So
Okay.
if you have any questions, happy to answer them, but otherwise I wouldn't want to belabor it.
Okay, no questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address this item?
Madam
Okay.
President, we received an email, or an email from Mike Simplot, Claremont Realty. Was that on this issue or another one?
Madam President, Commissioner Baker, there are two vacations. The access is probably the second vacation, which that would apply to more than this one.
Because I couldn't see in the letter which one they were talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
there would never be able to be a road in the width of this right of way up that hill.
What is the width of the right-of-way?
I believe it's 16 feet. I can check for you.
Well, and it looks very
that
steep.
20?
I can't imagine that we would ever put this to any
Right.
roadway use, so. Okay, anything further? Any further questions?
No.
All right, I will close the public hearing.
Madam President,
Yes.
I would move that we adopt resolution number 2290, vacation of public right-of-way at West Alturas Street, Wilson.
Second.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. Motion passes. All right, the next item on our agenda, there are two separate resolutions. We will combine them into one public hearing and act on them with separate motions. They are resolution number 2287 and resolution number 2218 for the vacation of public right-of-way on Alturas Street and North Fifth Street, respectively. And I will open the public hearing. We'll begin with a staff presentation.
Thank you, Madam President, Commissioners. For the record, David Serdar, right-of-way supervisor. Once again, it should be noted, these vacations are all together in the same area. This particular vacation involves two parties. This vacation will be presented as one presentation and will require two motions and approvals. The vacation today is for an unopened section of Fifth Street. ACHD received the vacation request from Casey Wilson and Michael and Cassie Gann. The area that is being requested to vacate is a platted alley north of West Alturas Street. There is approximately 0.083 acres for both parties, or a total of 0.166 acres. The parties have split the application fee. ACHD staff and the applicant has received a lot of communications over phone regarding this vacation. Here is a vicinity map that is depicting the West Alturas Street vacation. If you can see, this is the vacation we just did right here. This is Fifth Street, and the vacation is right in this area. Sixth Street is over here. Once again, this picture, it's the same picture as in the other presentation, but it depicts the unopened right-of-way, which is in tan. I mean, the open right-of-way, excuse me, which is in tan, and the unopened right-of-way, which is in pink. And the unopened right-of-way we're talking about is right there. This is a close-up view of the property. Many of these comments came before the property was submitted, so the developer had the opportunity to address some of them before they actually submitted the application. As a result of these comments, a 20-foot public right-of-way for potential trails was proposed. That right-of-way, any trails that are beyond that 20 feet would be the responsibility of the people that are using them to get the easements. But the idea was that they would be able to continue to access the public trails through Fifth Street. This is a picture of the actual right-of-way that we would be vacating. It's about 100, the right-of-way itself is about 160 feet long. I'm standing right here at about 125, 130 feet up the hill. As you can see, there's quite a substantial drop, and I don't even know if the picture does it justice how steep that drop is, but over a period of about 160 feet, that right-of-way drops about 70 feet. So it would be very difficult to actually build a road on that location. Mm-hmm. Here's the same, just reversing the angle of the picture, looking up the hill. Trees kind of block it, which is why we went up to the top of the hill, but you can still see the rise in the background. It is staff recommendation that the commission adopt and sign resolutions 2288 and 2287 authorizing the proposed vacation of public right-of-way as applicant has completed all commission and staff requirements. I will remain standing for any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Serdar. Are there questions?
Madam President?
Yes, Commissioner Baker.
So the right-of-way that we are retaining will be for trail access.
Madam President, Commissioner Baker, that is correct.
Okay, thank you. And who will maintain that trail access?
Well, there is no trail constructed at this point.
Right, I know, but
In the-
we have no expectation of actually doing the maintenance on any trail system.
Madam President, Commissioner Baker, that is correct. We would most likely enter into a license.
Okay. Thank you.
Further questions? All right, this is a public hearing, so is there anyone from the applicant that would like to make a comment? Again, name and address for the record, please.
You bet. Heath Clark, 251 East Front Street, representing both applicants. Again, wanted to thank staff. This is one where we did have a lot of conversations with the neighbors. We met with them. I think our neighborhood meeting was April 30th, and the trail access was the issue that had been identified at that point. So we explored a number of different alternatives, looking at whether a nonprofit could be formed to maintain the easement, those sorts of things. We think that the solution that staff suggested, which was to just limit the vacation and keep the 20-foot as public right-of-way, makes the most sense and allows for flexibility in the future. So we're in agreement with the staff report and the way that this is proposed.
Okay, thank you. Are there questions? No?
Thank you.
Mr. Price?
Madam President, Steve Price, ACHD General Counsel. Just for a point of clarification, we don't do trails at ACHD. We would just leave it as unopened right-of-way. We don't have any liability that way under the state law. The public can use unopened right-of-way, and I can't imagine there would be any need for any license agreement in the future. If people want to use that 20 feet, they're welcome to. But if they want to improve it, then that would require a license agreement. But we don't do trails.
Thank you, Mr. Price. I guess my only question would be, if we're not going to use this for any public purpose, why are we not putting it back on the tax rolls?
Madam President, I think the only reason we're doing that is that the city and the people in the surrounding area have requested that they've identified that the public purpose would be for access for that local area.
Okay, so maybe they could form some sort of entity that would like to acquire it at some point. Okay, anyone else who would like to address this item? No? Seeing no volunteers, I will close the public hearing. We need two separate motions, one on each resolution.
Madam President, I would make a motion that we approve resolution number 2287, which is the vacation of public right-of-way at 1700 West Alturas Street.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion passes. All right, resolution 2218.
Oh, 2288?
Oh,
Well, Madam President, I would move approval of resolution 2288.
oh, it is a typo. I didn't even notice that. Does that cause us any problems, Mr. Price?
No, Madam President, it's simply a clerical error and is de minimis under the open meeting law.
Okay, thank you. So, resolution 2288. And did someone make a motion? Yes, Commissioner Baker, and
Second.
All right, discussion on that one? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion passes. All right, that concludes the items other than public communications. Is there anyone who would like to address the commission today under public communications? Seeing no volunteers, we are adjourned.
Thank you.